Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cape Talk. I'm Autumn Kelly. This is Phillip Martinez, and we are going to be talking about everything in the world of superheroes, comics, TV, movies, you name it, whatever is relevant, whatever the news is. You might be familiar with Phil from Unearned Hype Podcast, which you guys should check out. It's awesome, too. And the first thing on today's agenda is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. finale. Happened on Tuesday.
Yes, it did. We're recording this on Thursday, so it's been a couple of days. We've got to digest everything. And what a finale. A lot happened. Just all the threads came together, and then cliffhangers galore at the end. I know when it finished, and I was like, I have so much to talk to you about, but we'll have to wait till the podcast. So, I'll love to hear what you thought. We could run down what happened.
Yeah. For me, you might have to do that because for me, everything is a blur except for the last 5 minutes. Because it was so crazy.
For future podcasts, I'll definitely have to have notes on my phone or something because, like I said, it's been a couple of days and like you said, a lot happened.
Right.
And pretty much, after the whole team got out of the framework, and Ada is now like an inhuman hybrid thingy, and
what do we call her?
I don't know what she was. They never really said it. Like, she has a human body now, but with inhuman abilities. So, damn. And then, so she pretty much decided that she wants to destroy the world because Fitz like broke her heart or something.
Aww.
I know. It just
poor Ada.
I have a whole beef. I have a beef with Ada's whole character arc in this last couple of episodes, but so pretty much she's been trying to like recreate the framework in the real world, making everyone hate the Inhumans and fear them. She had an LMD of Daisy kill the army dude.
Yeah.
Right? By the way, this is very spoilery. we should have said that in the beginning.
Well, if it's Thursday and you haven't watched it, what kind of a fan are you? Let's be honest. I don't mean to call you guys out, but...
Yeah, but, I'd rather just say that. But anyway, so she kind of, like, shoots the guy in the head. Talbot, I think his name was, right? Yeah. Shoots him in the head. Everyone goes crazy. They kill the LMD. So that's pretty much Ada's plan, just to get everyone to hate Inhumans and, just have Hydra, I guess, or whatever organization she wants to create, just come up and overtake S.H.I.E.L.D. And especially with all the LMDs were coming out, the government is not trusting S.H.I.E.L.D. anymore.
Right.
So they're on the run at the same time as they're trying to get Ada, and Ada wants the Darkhold, the book, that crazy looking book, and just so many things are happening.
Well, you forgot one big thing.
What?
Ghost Rider.
Yes, he came back in the end of the last episode.
Oh my god.
So, he came back, he said that he felt Ada's presence because she was using the Darkhold, and that kind of just brought him back into our world.
Oh, he said that, really?
Yes, he did.
I missed that.
Yeah, like he had since he was in that dimension that she kind of created.
The dark dimension. Yeah, we're going to assume it's like the same kind of deal as the Doctor Strange situation.
Yeah, or like Thor and stuff like that. Yeah,
exactly. So, anything, yeah.
He came back, and now apparently he's the only one that can hurt her because he like kind of burned her with the chain, and she was like, "Oh my god, I can be hurt."
Yeah.
So that's their secret weapon.
Right.
And it pretty much just goes. Oh, and there's the subplot with Yo-Yo and Mac.
Oh yeah, I'm glad that he didn't die.
That was actually kind of poignant and sad when that whole ended.
Really sad.
Like that sucked. Like having the framework like disappear a little bit around you was crazy.
His daughter just disappeared right in front of, like, in his
arms. Yeah.
That was a really sad moment.
I know, but Yo-Yo was there, and it's interesting because they build up. I didn't get to see the Yo-Yo mini web series they had. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh yeah, I saw it. It was good.
Was it?
It was. Like, it's very short.
Did it have anything to do with her and Mac's relationship?
No. It had to do everything with her life before, why she is the way she is, etc. It was really interesting.
Yeah, so
what's the actress's name? Natalia.
I could look that up.
No, but I was like, she doesn't get much screen time in the show, and she's kind of like the only speedster really, like, well, she's not even really a speedster. She's pretty much a speedster, yeah.
She's some form of speedster. Like, her powers, that's what I like about her powers, is like, she's not the Flash or Quicksilver, where it's just like, I can run forever.
Yeah.
It's just a quick one back and forth.
Right.
So it doesn't make her too OP.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, she proved like she's an amazing actress.
Yeah, she was really good.
Yeah.
Like well, my point was like her relationship with Mac has always been like just on the surface. Like we don't really get to see a lot of it. So it's just like, oh, I'm gonna sacrifice myself for you because I love you, sort of thing. Like, but we don't really get to see that on the show.
Yeah.
And there's so many characters, so it's not really their fault. But I think it really like that whole part with her being in the framework and trying to get him back out and willing to sacrifice herself for him was like that whole line where she goes, oh, the only thing I care about is in this world, so it doesn't matter. And then she said the same thing about him, so I'm willing to die. I was just like, oh, damn, that's heavy.
I have to say, I guess I wasn't really a big fan of Lincoln and Daisy's relationship. Yeah. But aside from that, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. handles relationships really well. I feel like it's like more mature. Of course, it's like an older like audience show, but like still, I really like the way they do it. It's never like too sappy, too corny, but it is, and you know what I mean. You get to see those deep conversations that the couples like have in a way that's not really portrayed in like other shows like The Flash.
Or it's not very teen drama.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So pretty much she gets him out. They both get out of the framework, and then we had the big showdown with Ada. And Ghost Rider does his thing.
Well, Rider Coulson does his thing.
Yeah, not Robbie Reyes. That was the whole big thing. I was like, oh, wow, okay.
Well, first, I when it happened, I was like, wait, can Robbie disguise himself as someone? That was my first thought.
That's what my first thought was.
I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, oh, Coulson made a deal with the devil.
Yeah, made a deal with the spirit of vengeance.
Yeah,
and that was like one of 5 cliffhangers. Was because after it was all so pretty much getting ahead of myself. Pretty much, he kills her. That was my big problem. Like, Ada was the big bad of the whole season, I guess, and she was just dispatched really fast. And Coulson as the Ghost Rider just kills her.
Right.
Like teleports her. Like she teleports them away, and then who was it that saw her die? Was it Fitz and Simmons?
Yeah, it was.
That just like her die.
They hop through multiple dimensions in their fight, right?
Yeah. But it was like so quick, and then she dies. And I was just like, oh.
You think, really?
Okay. I don't know, it was very underwhelming for me.
Really? Mm-hmm. I liked how quick it was, because I don't want to see this girl fight it. We know we know what she's capable of, and we know what Ghost Rider... Well, we've seen her do the most crazy... She can, like, chop off heads. She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, but, like, those are against, like, robots and other S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, like, red shirts, for the most part. Like, people who don't care, who don't matter in the show. Like, I would have been crazy to see, like, a really drawn-out fight with Daisy and Ghost Rider. But it was just, like... Because she has, like, the teleportation power. She couldn't heal, and she has strength, I guess.
But Daisy has gone up against her, like, so many times, and she can't do any damage. Like, even Daisy can't do shit.
Like, I mean, it would have been cool to have both of them. Like, they had that one cool scene.
Of Ghost Rider and Daisy.
Yeah, against, like,
and Coulson's like, well, damn it, I missed that.
I missed that?
I was like...
Yes, you did.
It was really quick, though. You're right. Yeah.
That was really fast. And then, like, Ada just dying was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Her.
I mean,
fuck her. I want her to die as quick as possible.
That was my big problem with her when it was revealed when she just turned to the dark side, like, really fast. Like, it would have benefited the show and her character if they had like one more episode where they could just like, she was heartbroken and like they try to explain it like she's a child, where it's just like she's throwing a tantrum pretty much, and it's just I don't know. And then she just turns evil. It was just like, oh, but you were kind of like learning to be human.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, but I love you. But no, I'm going to kill you now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just too quick.
It was really Marvel-y, though. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like robot, like, think human, turns evil in a snap of a thing. It's just like, you know what I mean? That's classic LMD, like, shit. So.
I mean, I get it, but I just wanted more out of that subplot. Just like, oh, I turn human and maybe I'm good.
How many episodes were the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season? Is it over 20?
It had to be over 20. But they were broken up into like 2 parts.
Pods, yeah.
Yeah, which I think I liked how they did that. Yeah. Personally.
I liked it for this season. Who knows what the other season like structures would.
Well, we'll get into that now because after Ada's death and then Ghost Rider, the spirit of vengeance goes back to Robbie Reyes. We find out they have a 1-to-1 between Coulson and Reyes where it's just I didn't think he would accept my thing, and then Reyes goes, well, are you going to give him what you promised him? Or something along those lines. And he goes, yeah, I am. And are you gonna tell your team?
Right.
And he was like, in time, I will.
Yeah.
And I was like, so that's probably one of the bigger cliffhangers.
Do you think that's directly related to the other cliffhanger?
No.
You think those two things are separate? The other cliffhanger,
Yeah, go ahead.
The other cliffhanger is they're all sitting in a diner knowing that they think the government's after them, right? Well, no. The lights go dim, like Men in Black style, like thing freezes time.
Yeah, that was
and
weird.
this bald guy in the shadows, like
Yep.
they're definitely not Earth government. I think
they are.
I don't think they're associated with any government we've met on the series so far. But anyway, Flash like black then opens up with Coulson and looking out some window, like a window of his room in outer space at this glowing blue ball of light, which is another cliffhanger in my opinion for the Inhumans. And then he's like, "Oh, no more sightseeing, time to get back to work."
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoo. So you don't think that the deal with Ghost Rider is related to this outer space thing?
No, I think it has to do with either he's going to give up his own life. Coulson, he's going to give up his own life for something. Or he promised them Daisy.
Them? Who's them?
Oh, the Spirit of Vengeance.
Oh.
Because she's done stuff. Or him. Or his.
No,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, he must be after somebody on the team. Maybe it's Coulson. Maybe he's after Coulson. Like, oh, you had a lot of sins or whatever, and I'm going to take you next.
That's interesting because that's not the route at all.
Oh, really? Then what were you thinking?
Well, Ghost Rider's, like, kind of MO is that he's kind of seeking retribution for, like, all, you know, it originated with, like, his brother and, like, the gangs and stuff like that. And while he, like, is easy to kill, it seems like the bond he's made with the Vengeance is kind of he's kind of an anti-hero, and that's what makes him an anti-hero. And I feel like Coulson maybe had a similar deal. Maybe I'm stretching, but like to kind of protect, kind of be that gap between like alien, extraterrestrial like threats and like, you know, Earth, because like who knows what Ghost Rider's doing like in the dark dimension. He said he's seen so many things and that everything is connected, science and, you know, religion
Magic.
and whatever. So I think he kind of learned some secrets when he was kind of off on God knows where in the multiverse, and he's seen something. He's seen like a war or something and was like, yo, Coulson, he's the only one that he could trust. He's part Kree, you know what I mean? He's like did some kind of been like, well, it's your job now to protect blah blah blah. I don't envy you. When he said that, I was like, you know.
Maybe it does have something to do with the Kree, because we've seen him a few times on the show, and he has Kree blood in him, and
the Inhumans
and Inhumans are a direct result of Inhuman testing on people. So it could have something to do with the Kree. Maybe a war, like you said, a war is coming. There have been plenty of wars in the comic books.
The blue light is the blue side of the moon, like where like Adelan.
Oh, you think? Oh, you think
Adelan settled on the moon?
Well, they were on the moon for sure.
Right.
Right. That's where they were. They were on the moon. Coulson and them.
Oh,
I think that's the moon.
The blue?
No, where they were is on the moon.
Oh, well, we didn't see anywhere. I thought it was a spaceship.
Well, did he look out? It looked like the moon. Like they were on the moon.
Oh, I thought either like in space somewhere, like in.
Well, they're in space, but
like on
I know
like
what you mean.
Ship, you know what I mean?
They're definitely on some kind of like, I don't know about a ship, but like just a like a settlement on the moon. I feel sword. That's pretty literally when I saw that, I'm like, sword.
Yeah,
sword.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
For those unfamiliar with the comic book, sword is pretty much shield, but on the moon, and instead of just protecting the world, they actually are proactive shield agents, pretty much.
I think that's the agents that came into the diner.
Yeah, sword.
Yeah.
But like, were they always there? Definitely there's an IGN, go check it out. IGN had an interesting interview with the producers. It went up right after the finale, and so you should read it up. It goes, there is a time lapse when we return.
It's a shield, like it's been quite amount of time.
Yeah, because when he wakes up, back to work. It's like, that scene is not directly after them getting taken there, you know. So there's probably months, and it's interesting because I don't know if you're gonna say the same thing, like how they structured when Inhumans.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, so Inhumans comes first, and then when that ends, Shield comes back. Yep. So there's a direct. It has to be.
It has to be.
Where we're introduced to the Inhumans on the moon.
Which is that? Did you see the blue ball of light? Or
I don't recall.
That was immediately the first thing that caught my eye.
So you think it's a Tillin?
Absolutely. Is that how you say it?
I don't know. I call it a Tillin. How do you
I
pronounce
don't know.
it? I don't know. I pronounce it a Tillin because that's how it looks to me.
That's what I'll say. I don't know. I trust your judgment.
Don't trust me.
I don't know.
Don't trust me. I'm just saying. I think that's how it looks when I read it.
But I thought that was a clear nod to I think it's blue side of the moon where the Inhumans settle a Tillin.
I call it a Tillin. I don't know how else you would pronounce it.
It's also where the Watchers.
The Watchers are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely.
So I thought that, and then I put that together, and I was like, Guardians of the Galaxy post-credit scene, Moon, what the fuck is happening here? Because Inhumans is a movie and TV, so it's clearly, if someone's gonna tie into the movies, it's gonna be Inhumans. Yeah. At least maybe nod to it, you know what I mean?
I feel this is it's gonna be Inhumans, the 2-part thing that's gonna be on IMAX theaters, and then when it comes back to ABC. It's going to be just the introduction of the Inhumans royal family. Right. Has nothing to do with S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. And then the synopsis says they're going to Hawaii, right? Mm-hmm. So when they go to Hawaii, that's when people find out about them. And I feel like that's when they find out there are other Inhumans on Earth. Right. And I don't know if Sword... I think Sword is going to be a direct... they're going to come out straight out of that. You know what I mean? Because they're going to find them and be like, oh man, we need to be on the moon too.
Well, is it possible what Ghost Rider saw was the war, which is the reason why the Inhuman royal family had to leave the city, was because they said, because in the synopsis, they were like, oh, they had to leave because of some war or overturning of the gun.
Well, I feel like that's a civil war going on between Black Bolt and his brother.
Maybe, do you think that's something... Well, maybe in Sword when we get to...
This is why I don't think anything has
Nothing's going to be direct.
I feel like the Ghost Rider deal has nothing to do with the Inhumans personally. Yeah. But I honestly don't know. Yeah. Outside of that, I have no clue. Yeah. I think it's just speculation on my part where it's just someone or yourself needs to come with me or die or something. Right. But that's just me. Yeah. But we only have, that was the 4th season we just finished. Mm-hmm. And then when it come up to the 5th season, but yeah, was that all the cliffhangers that happened? I think that was it. Yeah. Yeah, it was the deal with Ghost Rider, then them going to the moon, and then obviously
Sword.
Sword probably, and then the Inhumans are going to be involved somehow. Yeah. The royal family Inhumans. I'm psyched. Yeah. I'm pretty happy for that. I was like, oh yes. Because it's Sword, I forgot her name, I'm going to have to look it up, where there's a great character in the comics.
Abigail?
What's her last name?
Brand, I want to say? Is it Brand?
I think it's Brand. Because I had Brand in my head.
Because of The Flash. Tracy, is that her last name? That's when I was like, that's why I was...
Oh, yeah. I think that was her last name, too. Yeah. But I think Brand is... I'm going to look it up right now. So
I think it's Brand.
I think it's Brand, and she's
the leader of the Peak ship or something.
Yeah, she's like half alien or something like that.
She's green.
Yeah, green hair girl. Yeah. Yeah, she has a relationship with the Beast of X-Men. Oh. Yeah, so it's interesting. She's a very cool character where she's just like the Agent May. Right. Where she doesn't give two shits about you.
We didn't talk about Coulson and May. I want them to get together, so they're going to redo their bottle of whiskey or whatever.
It's funny because I feel like they're doing that on purpose. Yeah. They're just people are shipping them, and so they gave it a little bit with the LMD. Right. And then they just reset back to...
I don't...
Because you never brought it up.
I love Clark Gregg.
It cracks me up.
I love the shit out of Clark Gregg. He's just so amazing.
He's so cool.
He's so cool.
Oh, we both had the round table. Yeah. Right? He was so cool.
I was just like, oh my god, Clark Gregg.
He was so cool.
He's such a nerd, too.
Yeah, he loves everything Marvel.
I mean, he's just he's arguably the most important character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
He is,
overall.
He is the Rosario Dawson of the TV shows.
He ties everything together. He makes everything solid. I'm just wondering, when are the Avengers ever gonna find? I mean, they gotta know he's not dead, right?
The Avengers?
Yeah.
No, I don't know that.
Are they ever gonna find out?
I'm sure. We know he knows. Nick Fury knows.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But no, the other ones don't know.
I think if they brought Coulson back into a movie, it would be an amazing thing. I just want Coulson in one scene in Infinity War. What if Sword is in Infinity War?
Maybe that's what Ghost Rider was talking about. That'd be crazy.
That would be insane.
In
the comics, in the comics,
we're getting way too ahead of ourselves.
Sword calls Sword and Guardians of the Galaxy, like the Sword ship gets like bombarded and yeah.
Well, Sword, because that's their whole point, is just like to meet all the
Right.
threats head on before they even get to Earth. So they are in the front lines all the time.
Yeah.
So if Thanos comes around or Kree or whoever, they're the first ones to know.
We are getting ahead of ourselves.
Wait, it's funny because I looked up Abigail Brand and I'm seeing all these crazy articles from 2011 how Felicia Day is gonna be Abigail Brand
From 2011.
I know. I was like, what is this? And I'm like, what?
Well,
I'm
we're
like,
not the only ones getting ahead of ourselves.
well, from 2011, that cracks me up. I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, sure. All right, so that was Shield, right?
Yeah.
When does it return? Do you know? Did
After
say?
the Inhumans.
Yeah, that's in 2018, you think?
The Inhumans is only 8 episodes, so it'll probably end in November. So Shield back mid-season? I'd say mid-season 2018. Yeah.
Hold on one
Who knows
second.
if that'll fall early December or January?
Yeah, we're getting I'm getting a text from our producer Scott. We're not getting audio. So yeah, Shield comes back right after Inhumans, and so the Inhumans start in August. The first 2 episodes in the movies, and then it comes to ABC for what 8 episodes?
September, 8
Right.
episodes. Yeah.
And then we should get Shield in 2018, the beginning of 2018.
Basically.
Yeah. So, I mean, that transitions right into this little segment where we have the biggest news of the week in comic book, movies, TVs, and print. So, first off, we have all the upfronts, the CBS, ABCs, and CW. They announced their slate for 2017 fall and 2018 series pickups, renewals, whatever. And CW is getting more TV shows. Yeah, so I mean, you mentioned Black Lightning.
Yes.
That's getting a full season. Do you know?
It's getting a short season like Legends of Tomorrow, so it's going to
Okay.
premiere in the mid-season like Legends did. And 13 episodes did Legends get the first?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get Black Lightning. It's gonna take place in the
No, not in the
Arrowverse?
Arrowverse. It's not taking place in the Arrowverse.
Isn't
There's an
so-
interview I read today, and it was like, oh, there are 5 shows crossover. Hell no. Okay.
They said the same thing about the Supergirl one
I know,
too.
yeah.
So, and then they did that. So
Probably because these shows kind of get written and done so fast they don't want to say anything to predict. You know what I mean? To trap themselves, like.
yeah, they don't want to like tip off anybody, or
exactly.
if they don't get
Well, they don't
renewed.
even know.
True, they go like Arrow goes season by season. They don't
Yeah.
know if they're getting renewed until halfway through.
And honestly, 13. If you're only doing 13 episodes first season, just introduce the character, get a really good story going, and then take it from there. You know.
I think we're heading towards like a giant Crisis on Infinite Earth style thing where we're just gonna streamline everything.
Yeah.
And Supergirl's gonna be on the Arrowverse and full time. They'll probably have the same thing with Black Lightning. Like he'll have his own universe, and then maybe bring him into the fold later on.
Well, is this show taking place in Los Angeles?
Is that what they said?
I'm not sure.
I don't know because there's not much. There's not much on Black Lightning right now. Like we have the actor and stuff like that, but there's really not much about him.
Well, he's a principal. Goes back into action. He's like 45 years old or something, which is kind of cool.
Which is interesting because in DC Comics, like they don't really use real cities a lot of the time. Like they have real cities like New York and stuff like that, but like Star City is not a real place.
Yeah.
You know, Gotham City and Metropolis are not real places. And like the LA equivalent in the DC universe is Coast City, which is like the Green Lantern's hometown. So if there is an LA, I guess you could have both. California's a huge state. So it could just be in the same area. What else did they say? What else do we have this week?
Arrow moving time.
Yeah,
slots.
that was revealed this morning. Stephen Amell actually tweeted about it and kind of joked about it. He was like, he says something along the lines of, I might have to bring it up, but he goes, I've been going 5 years and finally I get to be behind Jacob and Jensen. I guess he's referring to the Supernatural guys. He said 5 years and I'm finally behind them or something like that. So yeah, they're moving. The Arrow TV show is moving from Wednesdays at 8 to Thursdays at 9.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I have mixed feelings about it. I mean, to be fair, it's with Black Lightning coming too. To have it bam, 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 like every night of the week is a show I want to watch.
It's interesting because Legends was on Thursdays.
Yeah.
And now it's going to stay on Tuesdays at 9, right after Flash, which I think was a good thing.
It's a good idea, yeah.
They're so tied into each other, especially this last season. I think it was a good idea. So Riverdale goes from Thursdays to Wednesdays, takes the 8 o'clock spot. They have a new show called Dynasty, which has nothing to do with...
What is that?
I don't know. It has nothing to do with superheroes or anything like that. That comes at 9. And so we'll have Supernatural at 8 on Thursdays, leading into Arrow at 9.
I wonder if they're going to put Black Lightning on Mondays after, like, Supergirl or something.
I'm actually going to bring up this article now. But I hope, you know what I hope it means, since they're moving to 9 o'clock? And it's something similar to, like, when S.H.I.E.L.D. moved to 10, and they could do, like, these crazy dark stuff. I don't know if they can do that on the CW, or 9 o'clock is not late enough for them. Mm-hmm. But I would love to see, like, Arrow go darker.
I think that it's into its 5th season. It's kind of just like, look, we made it this far. We're hoping people will tune in, but like, it's not the important show anymore. You know what I mean? It's just kind of do its own thing. Take the jacket off and just kind of like Supernatural. What is it, 11 seasons? It just kind of does whatever it wants. You know? Yeah,
because we got Supergirl at 8 o'clock still on Mondays. Yeah, there's no Black Lightning on
Yeah,
there.
I would assume not, yeah.
But this is the CW, that's why, because it's not on CW, right? It's on Fox?
No, it's on CW.
Black Lightning?
Yeah.
Oh, then it's not on here.
Yeah. But we know what's worse? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Friday at 9.
Oh, that's another thing we were talking about.
God, no.
And Inhumans, right? At 8?
Is it at...
Oh, no, it's at the same time, wasn't it?
Inhumans is taking S.H.I.E.L.D's spot.
On Tuesdays? Wasn't that on Fridays,
Oh, no,
too?
you're right, it is, yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing we forgot to bring up, because this whole, cancellations and picking up seasons and stuff like that, like, they're moving S.H.I.E.L.D. to Fridays when it comes back, but Inhumans will also be on Fridays. Right. And normally, that's the death sentence for any show. But then I read an article where it's like, we shouldn't freak out just yet.
Yeah.
Because there are shows that thrive on Fridays, but...
Who is...
I can't be watching that on Fridays.
I'm not watching it on Friday.
Like I would have to catch up, like...
At 9?
Eventually.
Like, yeah, is it at 8 or 9?
What, S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah.
I think it was 9.
Yeah. That's even... Yeah.
It's like, Friday, come on. Like, who...
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not home on Friday nights.
Well, what I want to know is, not that I care, to be honest, I hate to say this, but, like, what is replacing it on ABC at... You know what I mean? Like,
I have no clue.
What are they putting
they're at 10 o'clock at night, so they could put anything at 10 o'clock at night. I liked it at 10 o'clock at night, though.
Yeah,
not for time-wise, but how they did everything with the Ghost Rider and a lot of blood and stuff like that.
I kind of like 10. I kind of like 10 because then you could just go right to bed afterwards, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, whenever you watch it. Do you watch it at 10 o'clock?
I do,
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know I watch it at 10, but I don't know if you did.
Yeah, I do. I just watch it right then and just go to bed.
Yeah. So, yeah, we have those shows. We're getting more seasons and more shows, but, I mean, we'll see. And then, obviously, we had the penultimate episodes of Flash and Arrow this season. And Flash came first, obviously, on Tuesday. We had finally got to the day where Iris was supposed to die. God. Again, spoilers if you haven't watched it yet. But we finally got the 24-hour mark. That's where the episode started, right? Mm-hmm. We had 24 hours before the day or the time that she was supposed to die. So, leading up to the episode, we have the Speed Force Bazooka. And they need, sounds
they actually
stupid.
called it that.
I'm not making that up. Speed Force Bazooka, but they need a power source. The beginning of the episode, they find it in Argus. Mm-hmm. They try to talk to Harbinger. I forgot her name in the show.
Oh, I was like, who is that? Yeah.
That's Diggle's wife.
Yeah.
I forgot, Lila. There you go. Lila, she runs Argus, obviously, and she was like, no, we can't give it to you because Flash, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
So you fuck up everything.
Valid. He's a fucking idiot.
so I'm like, yeah, I can't be mad at you. Yeah, so he can't just run in because they have speed dampeners. I mean, they have like power dampeners all over Argus. And so they recruit Captain Cold. And we were talking about this when we saw the preview. I'm like, what? I feel bad for this guy. I was watching my father. He goes, isn't this guy dead? Yeah. I go, time travel. He goes,
Yeah.
He goes, this time travel stuff. I'm like, I know, it's really ridiculous. So they go back to
1800.
which, if you remember, season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow, they are in Russia at this time, and they're about to go on a ship, and he goes back in time and takes him, and pretty much convinces him to come back with him. It's so weird. We were talking about it. I was like, he literally just got dropped back off.
Yeah.
At the end of Legends season 2, and now he has to go back. And I must say, you're a big fan of what's his name?
Wentworth Miller.
And his take on Captain Cold. I've been a little on it. This was the first time I was just like, yes, because he was so funny in this episode, and he was so right. Like, everything he said was right. Mm-hmm. Like, I might be a villain, but I have good in me, and you're a hero, but you have bad in you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And it was just like, that's so profound and yet simple at the same time. And I think he needed to hear that, because he just like, and he was telling him, like, to be Saboteur, just be you, don't be him.
Right.
And I was just like, damn.
Play your own game.
Yeah, I'm like, why you have to play his game? It's like, damn.
Well, that's how Captain Cold freaking steals so much great.
I wish he was such a more of a regular on that show, but it's hard.
Well, it sucks because we love him so much, but he's a villain. He's a villain, and you can't really. But we saw he ran its time,
Yeah, like I don't know. He's such a big part of Flash's roguish gallery that him gone, it feels weird. But
it feels odd, yeah. It's
fine. So he recruits them to steal because he's a master robber guy. Yeah. So they go and break into Argus. There's some crazy tech. I didn't know they had a tech to mask the Flash, and he looked like Lila, and I was like, when they had that technology.
Oh, the face thing? Oh, we saw HR use that earlier this season. And you never heard the theory, the whole running theory that was that this end iris that dies, someone else was using that face technology.
Oh.
And that you never heard that theory?
No. But
Are you kidding?
Who would it be?
Everyone was theorizing it'd be HR because he felt guilty.
I know who it is.
Oh, you think that theory's true?
Yes.
You're like, I'm
like, oh my god, it just clicked on me. Because what have I been saying all season? Who's dying?
Joe.
That's who it is. They switched.
Well, the thing is, no.
you know I'm right. You know I'm right.
Damn it, Phil.
You know I'm right. You know I'm right, because you see, Joe's like there, and like he doesn't take the shot.
I know.
He doesn't take the shot because it's not fucking Joe.
No. Well, the thing is, people are theorizing Harry was developing something, and that because they were on Earth too, right? So HR couldn't have given that face technology. So theory is Harry whipped something up real quick, because you notice, what was he doing? He's never not working on a solution, but we didn't see anything. You know what I mean?
That's HR getting killed.
Harry is Earth 2. Harry Wells. Right?
Oh, you want
Harry as in Earth 2, because that's different. We saw HR, but he was on Earth 1, and then the Harry. But since when is Harry not plotting to help? And we didn't see him.
It's not like, we saw him tinkering with something when they first got there.
And that's what people are theorizing. It was that own face technology or something that... Or something that disguised something else. You know what I mean?
I like my idea. I've been saying it from day one.
But Joe could have been the one being like, no, he took Harry's thing, and then Joe comes back.
Because he was there. It was Wally was there too. Wally,
it couldn't be, he got injured.
Yeah, he was knocked out.
Poor Wally. He could never win.
It's not HR, because HR is the one that told him it was. You're like, oh yeah, she's on Earth too. Mm-hmm. I was like, you idiot. Yeah. But yeah, because it only makes sense that Joe's just like there, like frozen and can't do anything.
They're not gonna kill.
Oh
they're
my
not
god!
Gonna kill Harry
I didn't even know
now.
about that theory. I didn't even think about that.
I cannot believe it. That was the most obvious fan.
No, I didn't think about.
I never wrote about it because it was almost like kind of like it's too kind of dumb.
Oh my god! I think it's Joe.
You're convinced. You're like
convinced
set
myself.
now.
When you said that, because I saw the face technology. Then I'm like, we saw that before. And apparently we have.
We have.
I guess it just wasn't memorable for me, but not. Why would you bring? Yeah. Why bring that back?
Yeah. In that same episode. And by the way, why doesn't Barry use those martial arts skills when he's fucking flashing?
Oh, that was another thing too. I was just like, whoa, when did you want to do this shit? Without his powers at all.
Yeah, I was
just like, I'm like,
where was that?
When Ali showed him that shit?
Yeah,
I don't know who showed him that.
That struck me. I was like, that's weird. But I guess if I had super speed, I probably wouldn't be showing off my.
I wouldn't need martial arts if I had super speed, personally. But I guess if you're depowered, I guess it's good to have something.
Yeah.
I think Ollie must have taught him something.
Do you think Flash is gonna go back in time?
No, I think he's done with that. Hopefully.
That's the elephant in the room.
I can't.
Like,
What do you think he's gonna do? Go back in time for what?
And fuck it all up again and
But
take his chances?
Let's talk about the preview for the last episode. It wasn't much of a preview because we just get a lot of sad music and Barry crying over Iris, and then we get the scene where
that song that they played is actually called Murder Song.
That's what it's
the
called,
name
Murder
of the
Song at the end of the episode.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It was a terrible song. Like, it could have chose any. I liked what they did where everything was silent. It was just music.
Yeah,
but they chose the wrong song.
Barry Allen, saddest man alive. I tweeted him with a picture of him like.
How many likes did you get on that one?
A picture of him like looking up. Oh. It wasn't like 300 like last time, but I'll take 20. You know, I'm not gonna get greedy.
Excuse me. Which are 1,000 followers you have?
1,007.
Oh,
okay.
see, there you go.
Yeah. Follow me.
Yeah, we'll give those out at the end. So. Yeah, and then but in the preview for the final episode, we have Savitar saying, "Oh, now is my time to ascend to godhood or whatever," and you see him like running around or whatever, and you see Killer Frost just looking on. Yeah. It's interesting. Oh, because we didn't even get the resolution of the fight between Killer Frost and Vibe.
I know. I hope he doesn't lose his hand.
He better not.
He's not going to.
I don't think he is.
I think maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but in the comics, like, Vibe is one of the only characters that could ever stop Flash because his, like, vibrations can somehow, like, disrupt connection to the Speed Force, like, altogether, you know? Mm-hmm. And I remember reading an interview about, like, 6 months ago saying that Vibe is actually going to play, like, a huge part in taking down Savitar. And I'm wondering if we'll finally see Vibe's powers, like, come to fruition and, like, in the way that they are imagined in the comics, that he wasn't really a big enough character that they really kind of gave him recognition for that. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I could see that, like, if he just used it on Savitar to stop him.
Right.
You know, but...
Or at least weaken him.
Well, maybe that's what that scene is, because it's back in the forest, right, where Killer Frost is, and maybe she has a change of heart. Cause they're kind of, like, teasing that.
They are teasing that.
But she has a change of heart. I think she'll stay as Killer Frost.
Yeah.
Or maybe she'll just die. I don't know.
They should just rename her Frost.
No, it's Killer Frost.
Frost. Like,
Frost?
If she's gonna be good, she should just drop the killer and just go by Frost. It just reminds me of, like, the Frosty Snowman.
No.
Like,
what, Killer Frost?
Frost. I like that.
Frost?
Yeah.
No, it's Killer Frost.
Damn. All right.
No. You could call her Frost if you want. But in canon, she's Killer Frost. I don't know.
But she's not a killer, though, anymore.
If she hasn't killed one person yet.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think she has. I mean, we'll see.
She did, like, spike Barry through the leg with, like, a bicycle. So
I
think we're getting. She's
getting there, really. She's getting a little too comfortable doing that stuff.
But
I think, so next week is the final episode. I don't know what they're going to do in this final episode. It's only 1 hour. It's not like an extended episode. Yeah. So they have a lot to get through.
Same with Arrow. I'm just wondering how they're going to, you know,
I
hope they don't fuck it up. The one way they could screw it up is that we're all expecting action. If they have any of the sappy talk about your feelings,
about Arrow or Flash?
Both of them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the past, maybe out of the last 5 episodes, 3 of them were kind of pointless, and it was just like, oh, we're just gonna have a slow episode where nothing actually happens, and like if these finales aren't action packed and like game changing, then I feel like people are gonna have a problem.
That's the problem with. We'll get to Arrow in a second, but like. They're trying to cram too much, and it's like crazy because it's like 22 season episodes or whatever, and for them to be cramming anything, it's just outrageous to me. It's like you could have took away that musical episode, or taken away the Gorilla City episode, or made it 1 episode, and gave time to the actual plot, because it's just like there's so much going to happen. Like they still need the resolution for Killer Frost Vibe. The Iris thing.
Yeah.
They have to explain beating Savitar. Beating Savitar. Yeah. It's just like, what? It's like, it's funny because my father brought this up too. That's like one of the shows I watch with him, and he just goes, so they're explaining their entire Speed Force bazooka in front of Barry. Wouldn't that mean that Savitar knows now what they're going to do?
Yeah.
And we saw what happened. He had the Philosopher's Stone because they knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So it was just like, you're so... That's so stupid.
Even if he didn't know it was going to happen, the first thing he goes, well, you don't think I would figure out a way to, like, not get trapped in the Speed Force after that's how it got me into this situation in the first place?
Yeah, that was their explanation for it, but I like to think it was because he already knew.
Yeah.
Because they just told him, because it was like, yeah, don't tell me where you're going or what's happening, because then he'll know. But you just told him the whole plan.
Well, that's why that face thing
going on.
makes sense too. It's because that's the only way that the rest of the team could have gotten a plan and like not told Barry. You know what I mean? So that's another thing, because like whatever the team had planned, you know, and we wouldn't know because Barry wouldn't know. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but
yeah. Okay, so prediction for the next week's episode before we do our recap next week.
I mean, I don't know if this was a prediction, but like they need to explain this freaking Savitar thing, because I'm just like I'm confused.
You don't like the explanation.
I'm not sold. I'm really not. There's got to be something more to this, because I get the future Flash thing. Like that's completely solid. Time remnant goes back, wants to become a god, blah blah blah. But where does Savitar come into play? How did Future Flash get this? I'm gonna become a god specifically called Savitar. You know what I mean? Is he basing this off somebody?
Isn't that wasn't like the Indian god of speed or something like that?
Yeah, but it's just like we never really know how Savitar is kind of comes into the picture.
Yeah, it's a paradox for sure. Yeah. When the Remnant told Barry who he was.
Yeah.
And I was confused, and we spoke about it last week and trying to like figure it out.
It still doesn't make perfect sense.
It really doesn't, and it's just a paradox. You just gotta be like time travel.
Yeah.
Let's shrug.
I mean, they need to do some time splaining.
I don't think they will.
They never do.
I'm just letting you know. It's just
they
don't expect that, because I don't expect it. I think they're just gonna leave it like
That's
that.
That's why I like S.H.I.E.L.D. Like,
at least they explained it.
Yeah, like at least they attempt. Like.
Do you think that was Iris? Do you think that was who?
I don't think Iris is dead.
You don't think that's her?
Well, even if it was, even if it doesn't, in my mind, that's irrelevant, because I don't think she's gone.
True, that's true. Like even before you told me this whole face off thing, I didn't think she was gonna die.
She's not dead.
I think they're gonna do something.
Yeah.
I think Killer Frost is gonna save her life.
I think the Speed Force is gonna get involved.
You think Jay Garrick's coming back?
Absolutely.
With Savitar going back and then Jay Garrick comes out?
100% Jay Garrick is going to be in this. 100% I feel like Black Flash. Because
that's what we were saying.
We've still seen no resolution to this. I think Barry... Is there a way for Barry... Because Black Flash kind of is a character, right? So Zoom is no longer Zoom. He's Black Flash, because that's kind of... Black Flash kind of takes over people almost in the way like Ghost Rider, like Spirit of Vengeance can.
Yeah.
And like... I don't know why I have this feeling that Barry's going to become that, because it's, if you think about it, Black Flash is kind of the evil side. It's the dark side of the Speed Force, like that he has kind of been not recognizing about himself. And if Black Flash is kind of the only thing that can like take Savitar down. So I think for somehow this Black Flash is going to come into the picture that's going to involve Barry. I don't know how it's going to go down, but they can't just leave this Black Flash thing unresolved. We saw him in the Legends season finale. He killed Eobard Thawne.
Yeah.
This can't be a coincidence that Black Flash is now not going to appear on the Flash in the show where he was created.
Especially when there's a time remnant and paradox going around, you know?
Exactly. Time remnant screams.
We were saying
Grim
that
Reaper.
Maybe it was the suit that was like,
yeah,
masking him from the Black Flash, but I don't know.
The suit is creepy. It makes me cringe when I see Barry like standing outside that mechanical suit. Something about it is just off-putting, you know?
It's like intimidating. It's like it's gonna kill you. Like I'm gonna stab you somewhere. You know, it's like, oh, okay. All right, yeah. I don't think Iris is gonna die.
Joe's
I still think it's Joe.
Yeah.
Now that you said that, now I'm more convinced than ever.
In the episode it was like, Joe, you have to accept your fate too. Did you hear that?
No.
Savitar said that. And he's like, it's time you accept Iris's fate and yours too. I was like, Phil. Like, I was like, Phil, maybe you're right.
I'm telling you, it's Joe.
Yeah.
They keep, his relationship with what's her name? The other girl from, the girlfriend. They had that little subplot going, and, like, his character is not needed anymore.
It's not.
And I love his character, and I love him as an actor. But his character is not needed anymore, because even though he needs a father still, because his father's dead, he has Iris now.
A major character also needs to die in the Flash. Like, who has died before? What major character? Good character?
I mean, first season we had Harrison Wells.
But like he
wasn't a
was
good
bad,
character.
yeah. Like in the Flash or in
Oh,
Arrow.
it was Eddie. Eddie was in the first one.
Eddie was introduced that same season though.
Yeah, I know, but he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
But like Tommy Merlin.
In the first season.
Yeah, like there's been Sarah. There's been no impactful like long-standing character that affects.
But did you need
everyone.
a death? I guess. Who died in season 2?
I mean, the death pushes the show forward, and like the Flash desperately needs that.
Well, the father died in season 2.
Yeah. Right. But as far as a crucial member of the team,
you know, what'd be interesting. Oh damn, this whole Joe thing is. Now I'm just like going off because it's like, this is how I see it go down. Just like in season 2 when his father died, his second father's gonna die. And he's gonna have a choice of, I could just go back in time.
Well, you already have. Oh yeah.
But then he's just gonna be like, no, I'm not doing it this time.
Well, I mean, Jay Garrick is kind of his dad. At least he looks like it.
Like, it's not his dad, though. It's not his dad.
It's still a father figure.
It's sad because it's like, I'm gonna just leave my parents behind and then have my significant other be that person, I guess. But it just makes sense that way. I think Iris's role is gonna just be huge in the next season, and I think it's because Joe's gonna die.
No Flash without Iris.
No. Nope, there's not.
I mean, Barry said it, Iris has said it, Joe has said it, everyone said it.
It's like Arrow with no Black Canary. It just this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
yeah.
transition to Arrow.
Saw Black Canary last night. Katie Cassidy was back.
The
Black Siren
at the event you went to yesterday. I was about to say what?
Oh no.
Yeah. So Black Sirens was released by Chase or his crew. He's teamed up with the League of Assassins and
Oliver, you mean?
No.
Oh, you mean
with Talia.
Oh, yeah.
And so
are they still a thing?
The League of Assassins?
I thought they were
disbanded?
Yeah, I thought Talia's separate from the League. She's not like League associated, is she?
I would think so.
I think she has her own thing.
She probably has like a splinter.
Yeah.
So. Okay, anyway, so pretty much the episode is it was Ollie's birthday. He was 26?
That it? I
think he's supposed to be 26.
Oh.
Stephen Amell is like 36.
Sorry, bud, you're not pulling that off.
Stephen Amell is like 36, but I think in the show 26. Did you see? The cake?
Yeah.
And you had the 26.
I want to say it was 29.
I think it was 26.
Yeah, I don't know.
5 years off.
5 years in hell.
Oh no, maybe not.
I don't know.
It's 24 and it's 29 now.
Something like it.
Maybe it's 29.
Yeah.
But the art, the fan art that they do, Lord Mesa.
Yeah.
He did the.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Guggenheim put that on Twitter. I was like, shit, I didn't even realize that.
Right before we did this, I clicked on a story that said that I hadn't read it yet.
He was the guy who did the cake, and they actually said, Mesa's Bakery or whatever.
Oh, that's cute.
That's cool.
I like that.
So get those fan arts out.
That's cute.
Get that.
You're like, that's cool. No.
That's cool. That's cute. It was his birthday. They've been teasing another Felicity Ollie thing.
I don't know. I like the tension. It's kind of.
I like them kind of resetting it, because then maybe it could be more natural than it was.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Anyway, so
let's just not get into that. Yeah.
It's funny because they did that, and then Curtis comes with this enhanced neck thingy for the new Black Canary. Dinah. And it's funny because he gave it to Felicity, and I'm like, is she gonna use this? Like Laurel when she had the thing to actually use it.
Right.
I thought you were gonna get a Felicity and she's gonna be like a Black Canary or something. I would have been like, no. But we found out that Renee has been missing.
Yep.
And that's why he bounced on his daughter in the last episode.
But he's still not on the island.
We don't know. Oh, he wasn't with them.
No. Yeah. Which I thought was interesting. Maybe he was able to
escape. Maybe
he's gonna. Yeah.
Well, okay, so he's been missing. Dinah, we find out, is missing. Curtis gets abducted as well. Is everyone?
Felicity? Yeah. Did you say Felicity?
No, she didn't get abducted yet.
Yes, she did.
Oh, that's like at the end, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Captain Lance.
Yeah, everyone.
Everyone gets abducted one by one because Chase has Talia and Black Siren picking them off one by one.
Yeah.
And we get, so Ollie is like beating the shit out of Chase to get information. It's like, the only way they're going to survive is you get me out of here.
Yeah.
And eventually he does with the help of Merlin. Oh, and Thea too.
Yeah.
That's right. Thea's got captured, and that's pretty much Malcolm's reasoning to help him. So Malcolm's back. I another character who I've been like on, and I'm actually
He's
I like
amazing.
him. I like him in this episode.
He's freaking amazing.
I think I like. I'm a big wrestling guy, so bad guys in wrestling who make good points is a big thing right now. So that's how I feel like bad guys in these shows are making good points and just pointing out the flaws in the heroes.
Well,
like, you're an idiot, like kind of thing. And
it
I'm
has
like,
to do with the actors too. Wentworth Miller and John Barrowman are just great. Like, you know, so, and they've just been there since the beginning of these shows. So it's just like
the continuity and them bringing up old seasons is like really cool.
Malcolm Merlin is, I think, one of the best developed characters across the Arrowverse.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he helps him out. He brings, much needed firepower since he lost his whole team, and so pretty much ends with them bringing in Nyssa. I almost call her Nydia for some reason. Nyssa, and obviously Malcolm and Nyssa are not on the same page, and then Ollie
is technically married to her.
I keep forgetting that. It's like husband. I'm like, that's right. They're still technically married.
Even though she's like in love with Sarah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is where I found Sarah. Well, we'll get into the flashback stuff in a second, but so he goes, oh, did you tell her? And tell me what? It's like, why does Oliver not tell her about Talia? It's like, oh yeah, we gotta face your sister. And then this is just like, oh shit, kind of thing. So pretty much it ends with all of them heading over to Lian and we finally get the much anticipated, much rumored reunion between Oliver and Deathstroke.
I wonder if that was like old footage of Deathstroke and like Manu Bennett in the cell, like, or new after that whole drama of whether he would actually appear.
Yeah, it was interesting because it could have been. They could have definitely shot that a long time ago.
Yeah,
and no one would have been the wiser.
Right.
But it was crazy because I remember maybe it was just audio. We were just saying, oh, maybe it'll just be audio. Right. No, he's actually there, which was like really cool. Mm-hmm. And I know Guggenheim said he thanked him and Nyssa for not having their credits in the beginning of the episode and then not showing up all the way at the end, because they would have gave it away that they both would have shown up. I mean, even though we knew they were coming, we didn't know if it was going to be in this episode or in the final episode. Yeah. So they show up at the end, and it's because no one knew.
Right. Yeah.
So that's pretty much how it ends. So we're getting ready for the finale where it's Ollie, Malcolm, Nyssa, and Slade. And?
Never mind. It's kind of a spoiler. Like, I won't. Yeah.
Or like set photo spoilers?
Yeah.
versus Chase, Talia. Who else is there? Black Siren.
That's it, right?
I feel like this.
Evelyn.
Oh yeah, I guess
Artemis, I guess.
Yeah. She's been such a non-factor.
Yeah.
After she was like, yeah, I'm part of the team, and then I betrayed you, big deal, and then she was gone for like weeks. Anyway.
I still don't really get Chase's motivation.
I hate his motivation.
I don't get it. Like,
it just makes zero sense.
Yeah, it sucks because he's such a great actor and the character's amazing.
We praised him when he was found out.
Yeah.
And then like the shit that he put them through was like so good. But then when we finally got to his motivations, it's like, could you kill my father? Is that really it?
Is that really
I really hope
it?
That's not it.
It can't be.
It's just so like whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like anyway.
The whole thing was weird because the whole time we thought he was vigilante, and then it's like, oh no, he's
not.
You
know that character? Oh, is that who you're talking about?
No.
Because he hasn't shown up again.
No, I don't think he's going to. Okay. I think, and if he does, it's going to be like last moment cliffhanger for season 6.
Oh, is Renee showing up to help?
I mean, I don't know.
I would think he'd show up, yeah.
Kind of rogue. I can see his character like running through the forest because he escaped, like Oliver style season 1.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I kind of missed because I was kind of half watching the ending.
I was like
I was kind of out of
drunk after coming back from a concert.
I was like food coma after eating like a shitload of food.
What'd you have, Phil? Yeah.
I had this Chino Cubano place.
Oh, nice.
So I was just eating a lot of food, and I was kind of in a food coma. And so they brought them to the island, like Team Arrow, and then they had them all tied up. And I don't remember what they were going to do. Were they just going to lead them out into the forest?
I think that they're basically there as bait. You know?
Oh, they're just waiting for them?
I'm pretty sure that it's just waiting.
I thought they were going to like let them loose and let them pick them off one at one just to fuck with them. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
That's a dark thought.
I was just like kind of like half watching it because I was kind of tired at the time. I was just like, whatever.
That's a really dark thought.
I was in traffic all day. I'm tired. I was tired.
Clearly aggravated.
I was just like it was so hot and I was just so tired. Anyway, but yeah, that's how the episode ends. We get flashbacks.
Yeah.
They were interesting.
They were interesting, but I just feel like there's so much to tie up with that. Like, okay, so Ollie's back on the island. Is he back in Russia or is he on the island?
No, he's on the island.
Yeah. So with Kovar, and I'm just wondering, how is he going to tie into this finale? It has to tie into the finale somehow.
He has to tie in. He has to tie into
flashback.
Chase. He has to tie into Chase, probably.
I think it's going to tie into Chase, and Merlin is involved in that storyline as well. He's technically saved Kovar's life. Remember?
That's true.
So there's something happening with Merlin, Chase, Kovar.
Yeah. So what happens in the flashback is then, he went back to Lianyu, Oliver, and we find out Kovar's still alive, and then they capture him, and they're torturing him, and they give him this drug that makes him like really crazy. And he pretty much was like, I want you to kill yourself. I'm gonna force you to kill yourself. So we get it's like an interesting scene. I kind of liked it. I don't know how you felt about it, where he's just talking to his master. I forgot his name. The guy who gave him the hood.
Oh, Yao Fei.
Yao Fei, yeah. That we get him showing up, talking to him about, yes, you failed everyone. Everyone sacrificed themselves for you. You should make the ultimate sacrifice and just end it all now. So he was like going to kill himself. Yeah. And then we get Laurel showing up. And this is Laurel as he remembers her before he left. Because obviously this is the past. And telling him all this sappy cool stuff about like don't kill yourself sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I've always liked Sarah and Oliver together because I felt like they kind of understood each other in that way because they were both assassins and whatever. But I've always then that kind of shifted when Sarah was gone and Laurel was more featured as the Black Canary. And I was like, I think Laurel and Oliver should be together, and that kind of just sealed that to me more. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Oliver, like I said, Green Arrow and Black Canary need to be together. That's pretty much. It's sad to be like they can't stand alone. They can, but their histories and they're they're just so good together. You know what I mean?
I think it parts comes down to is the fact that Oliver's character, and I don't mean to be like super traditional, but like his character needs a woman. Like, just like this, the phrase like every man is stronger with like a woman or whatever, like whatever. And,
behind every strong man is
exactly.
a stronger woman.
And his character needs that. He needs someone to ground him. He needs someone to give him like reassurance. He needs that feminine like energy of like nurturer that he kind of never got from his parents. Like, his character just needs someone like Laurel.
It's interesting because like in the comics, Green Arrow is very jokey.
Yeah.
And Black Canary can be jokey too, but she pretty much is the one that puts him in his place.
Yeah.
And he needs that. Yeah.
Obviously,
this is not the same characters. Oliver's not very jokey. He's more serious. But I really feel like even Laurel was the one that always put him in his place. Like, when they were younger and he was like a big playboy and everything, she was the ground, She was just his center. And I felt like even when he came back, it was always around her. Like, she's always the one to tell him, no, you're still a good guy. I always saw the good in you, blah, 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 blah.
Right. I don't think Felicity has that same vibe, unfortunately.
They try.
They have great chemistry. They really, like, playful chemistry, like, lustful chemistry,
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate that, I don't know.
I don't feel like it's deeper.
It's not.
It's just not, and I don't know if it's intentionally not like that. Or it's just maybe the actors don't have that kind of deep.
Well, have you ever seen the show Suits?
Not like that, no.
Okay. No, well, there are these two characters that basically everyone wants to get together but never do. And I feel like that's how Felicity and Oliver's relationship should stay. You know what I mean? It's like everyone has that one person in their life that you're like, oh, what if? Like if you weren't in your current situation, maybe you had that you think of someone highly and you would like to, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I think Felicity's that character for Oliver,
Yeah.
And I think that he's that character for Felicity.
I feel like I liked it when they were just friends, even before it became a thing, and even now when they were friends.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, she doesn't hold back.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm not holding back to spare feelings sort of thing. It's just, I'm your friend, so I'm going to tell you exactly how it is.
I liked Felicity and Ray. Yeah. Maybe it's cliche, but like
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I like that because like they just kind of fit each other.
Yeah, they're both like nerdy people.
Yeah.
He was like way more shy than she was.
But he's also like respected her. Like he gave her his whole company. Like
that's true. Respect her as like a mind.
As more than just like his girlfriend. Yeah. Like and I like that too. So. Yeah.
My headcanon says no because of comic books. They're not together.
Who's he together?
He was actually with She was actually introduced in the first season. She was the lawyer of the mother.
Oh.
But she was like much older.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're ever gonna do anything about that. So.
Yeah, poor Ray just has bad luck with women.
Yeah.
On Legends too. Like.
Yeah, he's just destined not to be with anybody.
Yeah.
You know, this whole relationship thing brings up something I wanted to bring up when we were talking about S.H.I.E.L.D. Between Daisy and Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want them to be together.
You don't?
No way! No way! No way! I respect them for being so restrained because they can easily put them together.
Yeah, they could.
Something.
Yeah.
And I like the restraint where they're just really cool.
Yeah.
Because not everyone has to be in a relationship. Just, a guy and a girl on a show does not have to be together.
Exactly. And
they just don't.
S.H.I.E.L.D. proves that so well that it's, like, so mature in that way, And, like, that's not how it happens in real life. It's like, you don't just, I mean...
I know, you don't, every guy or every girl you meet, you end up with. Right. It's just not, or have some kind of romantic thing with. It's just not.
Yeah.
So, I respect it and I like it.
It took years for Fitz and Gemma to, like, that was years worth of art.
And she's just coming off of, like, Lincoln and Ward, and she needs to be, like, alone.
I know.
Because it's like, everything is just, I'm with somebody. Who's she going to be with this year?
Yeah.
Like, it gets kind of old and tired. So, I'm glad they kind of introduced that, and I like the rapport they have, and they worked well together, and they kind of understood each other. And I like that.
Yeah.
But I think that's as far as
that's one thing I like. Well, Supergirl... Well, I probably won't talk about because it's just too many shows. But I haven't watched the finale. Actually, their finale's next week. But some crazy like Superman is coming back. Superman versus Supergirl.
Oh, I've been predicting that for a while. Yeah. I don't even watch the show. I'm like, once they introduced Superman into the show, I was like, oh, they're gonna fight each other. Yeah. For some reason.
Yeah, but I like what I was gonna say is I like the way Supergirl does the relationships too because like it's a different dynamic because it is like a female like led show in a lot of ways and you have these different relationships like Alex and like we haven't seen like lesbian relationships come out and like take over a show kind of as the main relationship, but Supergirl it's like that too. Like we've seen it on Arrow, but it hasn't been like a huge arc, so that's cool. And then Supergirl has been, like, resisting a relationship, but, like, now she's in one with Mon-El. But it still has that teeny vibe, like the Flash.
That's CW, though.
Yeah. But it's less. It's more towards the way S.H.I.E.L.D. handles it, just because I think it's, like, the newest show, and they had an opportunity to kind of start something in a different way.
Well, I think because it also started on CBS, and that was, like, more older crowd. So
exactly.
I'm sure they brought over a lot of people from that.
Yeah.
And, like, showrunners or whoever were just like, let's just keep that kind of vibe.
Yeah. It's a clean vibe. Supergirl has this clean vibe that...
Yeah, it's not bogged down by history.
Yeah.
Or, like, the universe of Arrow.
Yeah.
So that's, okay, so I guess predictions for
Arrow? Oh, God. Who's gonna die?
Well, we know Malcolm has been dying.
I think Malcolm's dying.
That makes sense.
I think he's gonna die.
Do you think...
I hope he doesn't. I hope I'm wrong. But...
We've been saying for a while, like, I want Black Siren on Legends.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like they're going to make her a bigger role, right? And she's confirmed for next season, right?
Yes. I want Sarah to appear.
I like the new Black Canary. I think I like her for the little that I know.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to see more just to give myself, like, yeah, that's the Black Canary.
Yeah.
But I do like the new Black Canary.
I think Sarah should make a cameo in this. It's only right because she originated on the island.
I mean, but how would that work with Legends?
She just comes. Her love.
You know how the end of Legends happened.
The love of her life is there.
Who, Nessa?
Yeah. I mean, where's the Legends at now?
They fucked up time so badly that there's like dinosaurs running around LA or whatever they are.
Well, who knows? Maybe they could figure it out. Or...
Maybe it'll be before then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They'll figure it. Doesn't. That's a distance.
Sarah, I don't think Sarah needs to be there, but it'd be cool. Because considering she was on the island and no Slade and...
Oliver needs help, like... I would... For it to be Nissa, Sarah, Malcolm, and Oliver all together, like, that's season 1. Like, you know what I mean? That's season
again.
2. Like, that would be epic. That would just be epic.
Who else was in season 2? I think that was it.
Those are like the 4 main staple characters of the show.
Diggle got taken too, right?
Oh, it did, yeah.
I forgot about Diggle.
Poor Dig.
Poor Dig.
But
I don't know. I think Black Siren should go to Legends. I guess she'll be in Arrow again.
But that could also be a way for her to go to Legends, is Sarah appearing, and then they like maybe Sarah's able to invoke something in her, and then she's like, "Oh, why don't you come with me?" Like,
it's like, my sister's dead, but you're a good replacement.
Yeah, I mean, like, for real though, how else could they do that? You know?
I don't know. I wonder if the dynamic will stay the same, where it's just a huge group again.
On Legends?
No, of Arrow.
Oh.
Like, we're gonna have Mr. Terrific still there, and you know who could show up? It could be Ragman.
Oh, Ragman.
But I was calling Ragdoll. Yeah. Ragman. But doesn't have his powers anymore either.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think he's done for this show.
That's true.
I think they couldn't figure out a good way to write him in, to be honest.
I just think he's way too overpowered for them. It was just like, wow, how can you lose with this guy here? I don't know.
And people were confusing him with Prometheus for like the first 6 months.
Because it was just like rags. That's all it was. Because Prometheus, all they had was like a rag over his face. So it's just like, okay, sure.
Yeah. But
I don't know. Like,
I also think a Vigilante tease is coming. I think that's gotta come in the.
What do you think is gonna happen to Slade? He's gonna go back to jail after this is all done. I'd love to see him just out. You know, he's out so
roaming
good.
The streets. Like
Manu Bennett as Slade was so good.
Yeah.
I would love for him to do like a Teen Titans show.
Yeah.
But because Deathstroke is such a big part of Teen Titans, but they will never do that. They're having one already, but nothing to do with.
Yeah.
The Arrowverse.
Well, who else is in that Argus prison?
They didn't have Captain Boomerang, right? Captain Boomerang?
He's the only one there?
I'm sure there is more, and that's the only, because he was teased in the set photos, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, that's what you were saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that was like someone bigger than that.
I don't know. Maybe
that's not big enough for that. That's a Flash villain anyway.
I mean, yeah, but like he's there, you know.
That's a Flash villain anyway. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be funny to see.
You know what was crazy? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just jumping all around.
Do it.
Going back to Flash, when they went to Argus and had you saw the names?
Cheetah.
Yeah, Cheetah was crazy. I keep it there. Someone else was there too.
Well, you know what I appreciated? Captain Cold's line where it was like, "This is like Jaws, where we can't afford to show the full."
Oh yeah. That's funny. Just a little fourth wall breaking right there.
There's no way he broke into that safe like that fast. Let's just get that out the way.
Yeah,
so,
that's like you put that out towards like, there's no way. It's like, this is the toughest safe. It takes like 30 minutes to break. I already broken. It's
no,
like,
you
okay,
didn't.
okay.
Yeah. No, you didn't. You were just in the 1800s. Like, no, you didn't. Like,
it cost $10 million to go. It's like, okay.
But yeah.
I don't know. Arrow's. I've liked Arrow mostly better than Flash this season.
Absolutely.
But at the end, it's kind of flipping it.
No, I like Arrow still.
Still,
Absolutely.
It's been kind of boring lately for me.
But this last episode, I think it's gonna be better than Flash. I think there's gonna be more resolution.
I'm more intrigued with Arrow's finale because I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Like, there's so many things going on. Like, I have no idea what will happen.
I have no clue. Yeah.
Flash kind of seems telegraphed in a way like, okay, Salvador's gonna lose, Iris is gonna stay alive, but someone is gonna die.
Sad Barry, you know.
He's gonna come full circle. I won't go back in time this time. Like, finally, idiot. Come on.
And the thing with Flash is, we know we're getting left with a huge cliffhanger. Like, there's just no way they're wrapping. You know what I mean? Like,
have they left with a? Yeah, they have. And every season.
It's like an unbelievable cliffhanger where it's just like, really.
Why did a new one though? Like, Arrow hasn't, not always.
I just think. I mean, there's no way they're gonna resolve this Iris thing in one episode in 40 minutes. You know what I mean?
It might be done.
I think that we're gonna be left being like, how can the Flash move forward at all? You know what I mean?
I think I saw someone on Twitter who I followed was like, they're done watching Flash because they're so tired of the villain being someone in their group.
Yeah.
Every season's been someone in their group.
Well, I think there's a fair point to that, but at the same time, how can the Flash face a non-speedster villain? Like, he's a speedster.
You can.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
just gotta
can,
make
but,
him like Garrod is fine. Like Garrod is a big.
I like the way
threat.
they did Cold. I like, you know
Cold.
what I mean. But
it's not as believable as you might think. Like really, you just can't punch him in the face. But
I think that it's hard to get to find Flash villains because number one, the character is kind of this happy-go-lucky character who's like involved in like cool geeky stuff and has a girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's just like hard to take this character seriously. I think that's why they're stuck with all these big complicated arcs like Flashpoint and because the comics are like so amazing in those series, you know? It's just like it's a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I don't understand what you mean with how can a speedster not have a speedster villain?
Yeah.
Because it's not believable enough.
Exactly.
I don't know. I feel like the comics does it well enough where it's like not everyone's a speedster.
Right.
But
the comics you don't have to explain it as much.
True.
You know, and no one.
You don't have to show it that
yeah.
well. Like it's just still pictures. You know what I mean? This is like moving. It's like how can someone moving that fast?
Right.
He's moving so fast he can travel through time, but he can't be the guy with a gun.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking forward to both.
Yeah.
Maybe more Arrow. I'm hoping it like sticks the landing for this season because it's kind of faltered for me.
Yeah.
And I think Flash picked up the second that they got back to the Savitar storyline. It picked up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, finally. So I'm interested to see how that goes.
Yeah. Should be good.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week's finales, we'll be back
Ooh.
here discussing this. I don't know how we're gonna have to talk beforehand, so we're gonna have to re-talk about it. Like,
well, they'll talk about it after it happens, and then again.
Yeah. Yep.
So, all right. So that was episode 1 of Cape Talk.
Yep. Yeah. That's it.
So for Phillip Martinez and
Autumn Kelly.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter. Phil PHILL_Martinez.
Mine is just my full name, Autumn Noel Kelly. I'm sure that you might see it on the screen, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
Yeah, maybe maybe next
we'll
one, maybe the next one.
Yeah, we'll have all that done by then. This is obviously the pilot episode. So.
Yeah, if you just check out iDigital Times, you'll see us there.
You see, read our stuff.
Yeah.
Autumn writes all this crazy speculation stuff, so read her stuff. And
Phil gives me crazy ideas that sometimes I turn into stories. So
yeah, I'm glad I can help.
Yeah.
all right, guys. See you next week.
Yep.